Hello, everyone. This is Pat's Garage. So basically, today, just kind of recording and documenting what I'm doing right now. Um, Basically, have a transmission that I got from Audi's for parts that I'm rebuilding. It took like 9 months to get, but that's beside the point. Um, yeah, I will also mention that he will come up. Phil, the guy that runs it, loves to come up with excuses that are definitely not real as to why it's not showing up. The first time we talked, he just said it was um, he doesn't like to deal with warranty. So that's kind of the reason when he's shipping internationally that he will just delay shipments. Maybe he does that domestically too, but I'm not entirely sure. So basically, I'm just going to go over some stuff, what I found, and yeah, basically what I'm doing. So basically, I have a JHM synchronizer kit and the what's it called the 1-2 hub. So basically, take everything apart, put it back together the exact same way. Yeah, I'm just basically following JHM's rebuild tutorial from like 8 years ago. So all of the gears seem in really good shape, except for the front differential. So basically, the front pinion gear. Let's see if I can. So, uh, it's not great. You can see actual pitting right there. I'm not sure if it was run low on oil at some point. But yeah, and there's like actual, yeah, there's some gnarly, there's some gnarly spots for sure. So we'll see what I'm gonna do about that. I'm definitely not replacing it, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if I should clean any of that up or just leave it how it is. I'm just looking at the raised edges right here on some of the gears, like the really gnarly pitting right there. It almost seems like there was actually a chunk that went through it right there. And this transmission does appear to have been taken apart. Part of me is a little questionable if it was actually Audi's for parts that took it apart. Basically, when I received the transmission, it was absolutely filthy. And looking at the RTV, it looked like it was a decade old. And what's it called? None of the bolts really had any witness marks. Like maybe they left it outside for 3 years before they sent it off to me, but I find that highly unlikely. So, yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but there was no gasket. So that there was a ton of RTV, and there was no gasket. So that's what makes me think that it was taken apart at some point. But yeah, everything else in the transmission looks great except for this input shaft bearing to the front diff. So I think I'm just going to send it. All the bearings sound good. Like, I'm going to clean this one out because I'm not 100. I got to double check this one. There are bearing kits available now. But yeah, so I just put on the, can't remember if this is first or second gear, but basically put on this synchronizer. First and second gear are slightly bigger, and then all the other synchronizers are the same size. So just gotta put everything back in order. Specifically make sure all of the tapered roller bearings go in the correct direction, because that would suck. Actually, I probably wouldn't even seat. But yeah, I'm going to get back to putting this together, and I'm just going to kind of post this up as a, yeah. So basically, also I'm changing all the seals. This transmission was covered in oil, so I am questioning if it was just run low on oil at some point, but all of the other gears look like immaculate, including first gear, which is normally the one that's chewed up. So yeah, and I did clean a little bit of I did clean up the teeth on this first gear that I put on. This second gear, I'm guessing it's first because it's way nicer. I'm not even going to bother hitting this with like a diamond file, and I just super lightly hit the teeth. You can't really, you can't really see them at this point. There you go. Oh wait, yeah, you can if I do that. So still very pointy, still very nice. So I'm gonna continue with what I'm doing. This car, it's an Audi allroad transmission. Car was definitely in a wreck. Might as well just show you. Hey, maybe who's off-roading? It's an Audi allroad. As for, oh come on, can I spin it? Oh, come on. There we go. As for the drive side, like, I don't really see why there's that pitting, where it looks like there's almost chunks that went through it. Like, there's definitely some pitting, but it's not like that smaller gear. I guess it would make sense that the smaller gear would go first because there's a lot more load on it than this bigger gear. So, but yeah, I don't see any like high spots that created that, and it'd have to be deep in there actually, where the because it's like right on the tip. So I gotta be looking. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. So I might clean them up a little. I'll see if that's advisable or if I should just leave it. I'm not going to try and deal with the pitting. Like, there's no point, from my understanding. But the edge, that's kind of like ugly. I'm going to try and see if that's a good idea to clean up or not.